Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired chef from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest video. In this one I'll be making these fantastic and very easy to make cheese scones. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on my website. I'll leave links at the end and under the video, or just click on the eye icon top right of the screen. Before I go any further, I'd like to give a quick shout out to this week's Patreon and PayPal donators, and they are Christopher Hunter, Richard Littell, Philip Wetherill, Neil Hansen, Angela Tandy, Judith Prankard, Janice Gray and Anthony Skilton. And once again, please support my Patreon appeal, or you can make a one-off donation using my PayPal page. It really does go a long way towards ingredients and production costs, as every penny pledged goes back into my videos. And whether you've donated or not, thanks again for your wonderful support in watching the channel. Okay, before starting the recipe, preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius, that's 392 Fahrenheit or gas mark 6. I'm setting mine to 180 Celsius as my oven's fan assisted, and it runs about 20 degrees hotter than indicated on the dial. Right, here we go. I'll start by adding all of the dry ingredients to a bowl. And to make sure there are no lumps and to add a little air into the mix, I'll push it all through a fine sieve. In this little dish I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of English mustard powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Apart from the salt, the other ingredients are optional, but they do add a lot of flavour and a nice warm kick to these scones. The turmeric also helps with the yellow colour of the finished scone. The final dry ingredient is the 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now I'm using self-raising flour, which already contains some baking powder. If you're using ordinary plain or all-purpose flour, you need to add a total of 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And that's baking powder, not baking soda. There is a big difference between the two. If you want to know what the difference is, just Google it. Next ingredient to go in is the cold butter. Now rub the butter and flour together and keep going until it resembles fine breadcrumbs. In real time this takes about 2 minutes. Just keep rubbing lightly until you can't feel any more lumps of the cold butter in the mix. If you squeeze a little in your hand, it should crumble back up again straight away. And that's a good indication that this stage is done. Next, add the grated cheese and gently fold it in with your fingers as shown. And the final ingredient is the full cream milk. The best tool to cut it in is an ordinary dinner knife. Once your mix looks clumpy like this, gently fold it together with your hands. Don't overwork the dough at this stage, or it will cause the finished scone to be on the dense or heavy side. Think of it like this: light fingers, light results. It's okay for a few cracks to appear in the dough. It is a pretty dry mix, which is one of the reasons why it's important to get your quantities correct at the beginning. And the only way to do that is to weigh everything, including the milk. And the best unit for weighing is grams. And the next stage is to lightly flour your worktop. And if you're interested in buying one of these little sieves, they'll soon be on sale in the shop on the website. And please remember, every penny made goes back into making these videos. Right, sprinkle a little flour on the dough and gently roll it out to about 20 to 25 millimeters, that's 3/4 to 1 inch thick. Now to cut the scones out, I'm using this scalloped 60mm, that's 2.5 inch scone cutter. Or you can just cut 6 squares out of the dough using a knife. Right, I've managed to get 7 out of my batch, and that's them all done. So I'll get them onto a greased non-stick baking tray. Once they're all evenly spaced on the tray, I'll brush the tops of each scone with some milk. And all I need to do now is to add a little finely grated cheese to the top of each one. Now time to get them into the preheated oven and set your timer for 14 minutes. Now, as ovens can run at slightly different temperatures, this time could take anywhere from 13 to 17 minutes. You'll just have to check to see what's the best time for your oven. Okay, that's mine done, and they're looking good and smelling even better. I'll carefully get them off the tray and onto a wire rack and let them completely cool before trying one. I've actually got 2 batches of these scones made here, so you can double up on this recipe if you like, as these cheese scones freeze very well. Right, mine is cooled enough for me to try one of these with some of my homemade butter. If you're interested in learning how to make your own butter at home, I'll leave a link in the description box below the video, or you can just click on the eye icon top right of your screen, as it really is surprisingly easy to make. Okay, here we go, and the smell of toasted cheese in my kitchen is fantastic. And those are truly delicious. They're soft, light, slightly moist, with a great toasted cheese and warm aftertaste from those spices. Not like those mass-produced bland dry ones you buy in a supermarket. Honestly, give them a go. They're very easy to make and they're absolutely delicious. And these definitely get a big thumbs up for another one of our customers' favourites, which I really hope you try out for yourself. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.